What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Thai Life channel. My name is Min Thai, and in this Thai pod today, I want to talk to you about owning your first beauty salon. Because I know there's a lot of you who are in the beauty industry or who are getting into the beauty industry. You have big goals. Your dream is to own your own beauty salon one day. Some of you probably in school right now wanting to own your own salon one day. Some of you who's working for somebody right now hoping to own your own salon one day. But we all know that road is not easy. That road is going to take some time. And I'm here to share that road story and time with you. This is how I own my first full service hair, nails, waxing beauty salon from ground up. But before we start the show, you know how we like to get down. Everybody go ahead and flex those neck, roll it back and forth, and wave. All right, y'all, let's go and settle down a little bit because I know y'all like the introduction. But first, I had to give you a little bit of a history, how I had the concept of wanting to own my own business. So when I starting out as a nail technician, I just wanted to learn the craft. And eventually I got my hair license. So I end up working with my sister who owns a hair service and a nail service in her salon. And from there, that's how I learned how to do hair and nails. And I was also doing waxing because she offered that at the salon. I was also doing lash extension for $40, $20 an eye. This was back in the year 2006. But as I was doing all of that, that's when I slowly tell myself, I want to own my own salon one day. First is because I know how to do everything. Secondly, I knew how hard it was to learn all this craft starting out as a young new nail tech. Because I went through it. Because of that, that was my second reason why I want to own my own salon, so I can help the next newcomers. That was the only two reasons why I wanted to own my salon. But I knew in order for me to own my salon, you got to have money. And to get money, you got to work for it. So, I started working, but the life that throws at you, that you cannot dodge, sometimes takes money away. And here's my example. I was dating my wife. We were long distance for 8 years. So imagine 8 years. That was a lot of expense going out, okay? And then we faced an accident where a lot of money came out from all the lawsuits and everything. So, of course, my goal of owning a salon at a young age slows me down because of all that financial expense that was unexpected. And on top of that, my vision of owning a salon was getting kind of blurry because when I met my wife's parent, they did not want me to be a nail tech. They want me to have a degree in something and work for a corporation. And of course, to death do us part. Because of love, you do what the demand asks you to do. So slowly I shift away from being a nail tech as I slowly get my degree in business. I start working for corporation. Once I got into corporation, that's when I got the approval of dating the love of my life. So you see how all of that slowed me down from owning my first salon? And then from there, I start working for corporation, I had to quit doing nails and hair. I let go a lot of my client. And I tell you what, the day when I quit doing nails, hair, the things that I love, now that I'm working for corporation, I got the approval of the parents. I married the love of my life. But every time when I work so hard, I just feel like I'm not happy because it wasn't my ultimate goal. I wanted to become a salon owner. So I decided to say, you know what? I got the girl. The rice is cooked. The pants, they cannot get rid of me no more. It is time for me to spread my wings and fly high. So I quit my management job at corporation. I got my real estate license just for backup. And I say, you know what? I'm going to put my foot down and get my first beauty salon. And then I come to realize I quit doing nails and hair for 6 years. So everything changed. The technology, the nail, the craft, the hair, everything changed. It's like the funny thing is that in the back of your head, you thinking you're that good at one point, but when you come back after 6 years, everything changed. So I have to call my sister up. I have to call my brother up because they own hair salon, nail salon. I say, hey, can I come and work for you and learn the craft again? And of course I did that. But while I was doing that, I was in the hunt. I was in the hunt for salon. I was like, oh, let me see what salon's on sale right now. Let me see what salon's on sale. So while I was working, trying to get my craft back, and I was doing real estate at the same time, and then I was also researching what salon I need to buy, and I start seeing some stuff popping up. So I went, called the salon up, and I was like, hey, I want to go take a look at your salon, blah, blah, blah. So every time when I go visit a salon, it looks beat up. It just looks, of course, everybody have their own interior design, all that, but it just doesn't feel right. So in my head, I'm thinking to myself, like, man, every single salon out there is selling for 60 grand, 80 grand, 100 grand. I ain't got that kind of money because I just started my family. A lot of things was going on. And then I say, you know what? I want to know, what does it take to build your own salon? So the first thing I did was I started searching for all the equipment. Nail table, hair table, spa chair, hair station, hair chair, waxing equipment. And in my head, I did all that. I'm like, you know what? It's not about the quality. It's all about getting it going. You can add the quality later. That's my concept. In my head, I'm like, that is all I need. I just need to make it look presentable. And once I get the clients in, I'm making money, then I can make things better. So what I did was, after I gathered all the resource of how much the equipment cost, and I was like, wait, all of the equipment that I need is going to cost me 15 grand? I say, okay, that's not bad. That is not bad at all. Because when people sell you their salon, they always talk about, oh yeah, these are nice tables, these are good chairs. But let me tell you this. They all depreciate. All the items depreciate, okay? So after I got the resource down of, how much things cost, I'm like, I need a spot. So I start looking up at NetLoop. If you go onto that app, you can see all of the vacant commercial building So, I started looking and I was like, wow, there's actually a lot of vacancy. There is so many space to rent. And this was in 2018. I was doing all of this after I quit my corporate job. Okay. So I started, looking at empty spot and I found one. It was a flower shop. But when I am looking for the spot, let me tell you something. I'm not just randomly looking for any spot. I am looking for a spot that has a restroom already. Why? Because if that place has a restroom, it means there's a plumbing system. And we need plumbing system in a salon. Because as I was looking for the spot, I was working and getting my experience back through my sister and my brother. And I was more observant because I'm more mature now. So now I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, you need plumbing, you need this. So I always look for a spot with the restroom in it. And then I found this awesome spot, guys. This spot has a restroom. It has a break room. And in my head, coming out from corporate, I'm like, oh, we need to make the salon like corporate, like where there's a break room, there's a restroom. Everything looks so on point. So now I need a room for a wax. So in my head, I'm like, okay, I gotta call up. I gotta lock this space down. So I call up the broker. The broker was like, yeah, I can show you the spot. So we went and took a look at the spot. Like, I want it. Okay. What is the deal? So this is where, if you want to own your own first beauty salon, this is where you need to be smart right here. When you are leasing out a new premises, a new spot, you talk to the brokerage. He's going to negotiate with the landlord. And they're going to give you a price per square footage. And I believe at that moment right there, I was only paying $1 something per square foot, which is not bad because that place was 1,367 square footage. Okay, so my rent to begin with was around $1,700. That's where my rent was at when I started out the business a month. That was not bad. Okay, so after you go home, the price of the place you're about to rent, you do the math. You got to understand when you do the math, you got to calculate how much service you need to take in within a month to support your lease. Because when you sign a lease, it's either 3 years and optional. Optional means you got the option to upgrade to another year, to a different lease, or you can go 5 years. And the way landlord works is that the more years you sign, they will give you the lower the square footage rate. Okay? So with me, I like to play safe because, I first started my business. I don't know if it's going to go well or not. So I only lease it out for 3 years. Now, after I negotiate with the landlord, this is where you also have to know is that when you are going to lease out a building that you're going to renovate, you're going to make things look nicer, then you're going to ask for the net comp, meaning is the landlord is going to pitch in a certain amount of the work that's going to get done in that building. And a lot of times they do. A lot of time they will, give you half of what you're going to put in. So, which to me, that was awesome because now I'm like, wait, I can use that net comp to remodel my salon. So now I need a contractor. I need a contractor who is licensed and who knows some rules and regulation of the building code that can write me a receipt and can help me approve the landlord to help pay for half of the thing, right? So here is the awesome part. So this is all of this. I learn as I'm going, but you got to be smart at the same time. So I called my brother. I say, hey man, any contractor? I need this to get done. He gave me this guy's number. This man was my lifesaver. This man was amazing, awesome, so awesome. I went up to him. I said, hey, man, can you meet me at the place where I'm about to rent and open my salon? So he's like, yeah. So I met him there, right? And I straight up and say, hey, man, I I just started my family, I just got married, I got kids, and my goal is to really open a salon. And I want to know how much it would cost me, to have you help me build a room. I need like some plumbing system installed with the spa chairs, and and I need the floor to be tiles because right now the floor is carpet, right? So he does his estimation, and this is where being humble is gonna give you a lot of leverage. I straight up and told him, I say, I don't have a lot of money, man. And I know some of these projects, you gotta hire people, hire me. Like I work for you the whole time. Like I will be involved. I will help you. I'm not a contractor, but I will help you. I will set up a lot of stuff. So look, this man went home, thought about it. For labor, I pay him $7,000. That's not bad. He built me a room, installed all my spa chairs, put up a couple chandeliers, connect a bunch of wires. He also did my floor. I mean, at that moment, I just felt so much blessing. So now I called the landlord, I say, hey, I'm going to sign the contract. Let's get it going. I got a contractor. And the awesome part about leasing is also because if I tell the landlord that I need time to rebuild stuff for the plaza to look nice or the salon look nice, I need time. What can you do to give me some free rent? So he decided to give me 6 months of free rent. I was like, another blessing coming at me. So before I move on to the story, real quick is, remember, if you're going to rent out a building, ask the broker, is there any net comp? Is the landlord going to help me with any type of renovation if I'm going to redecorate this whole place? Because at the end of the day, if you leave the building, they get to keep whatever you put in that building. Secondly, how many months of free rent do I get for me to start up my business? Those are the two main things that's going to help you when you sign your lease, because I'm going to move on to the story. So now I got the contractor guy working, and I told him this: can we get this project done in a month? No, I'm not kidding. I know it's going to be a lot of work. So yeah, we work hard. 7 days, 6 days a week. I spent the night there trying to get as much done I can. A month and a half, y'all. A month and a half. I got the key in June. I got the key in the first day of June, and the salon was open on July 24th. Tell me, y'all, how hard did we work? So after I put the salon together, I have the contractor send me the receipt of the labor, the cost, everything, and I submit it to the landlord, and he'll give me back 50% of what I spent. Okay? And here's also, that's just me getting the salon operating. Now, in the meantime of getting my salon going before I have my opening, you got to hire people. You can't just open a salon and not hire anyone. You got to hire people. So now I started posting a big old sign, salon upcoming, looking for hire. So I got people calling me. And in my head, I'm thinking like, hey, I don't know if my salon's going to be busy or not. I can't just hire a bunch of people. And all my family are not working with me because they all have their own salon to run. So I hire only 5 employees, including me is 6. That's a good start. I have a manager who runs my business when I'm not there. She's an experienced. I work with her for many, many years, hairstylist and nail tech. So that was the biggest decision I had to make, is hiring a manager when I start. I'm telling you, I'm bringing that corporate mentality to this salon, right? So all said and done, you got in the middle building my salon. I got to go down to the county. I got to get my business name. And when you are signing up a business title or entity, you got a couple options: corporate, LLC, sole propriety. We're going to talk about all of that, but you get to decide. I went with sole propriety. That was a big mistake because the way I operate was so high volume. I should have went with LLC. You live and you learn. So long story short, I got my salon operated, and of course, marketing. Once you get your salon going, your journey's not over yet. Now you got to keep it running. You got to get employee. And to be honest with you, everything was going great. I was happy. We got a grand opening. Clients was coming in. I started my social media, start posting picture. Employee was happy. Everything was smooth. Clients was booking, and then all of a sudden, you know what happened? COVID hits, and then I come to realize I had to have quarantine. All my employee quit. You know how the story goes. I'm sure you all heard it. But to conclude my experience of how I owned my first hair salon, first of all, the total cost of me starting my salon was $30,000. $15,000 for the hair equipment, everything. $15,000 just to put the salon from ground up. Tiles, boom, everything. $30,000. So I end up, instead of spending 60, 80 to 100 and buying people's old businesses, I created my own first hair, nails, waxing salon for $30,000 in 2018. But to own a salon, that's not the hardest part. The hardest part about owning a salon is running the salon. The hardest part about owning a salon is employee. The hardest part about running a salon is afraid of lawsuit. The hardest part about owning a salon is dealing with people every single day. No break at all. That's the hardest part about owning a salon. Getting to the salon is not hard. It's just a process. But keeping the salon going is an everyday life story of interaction with people that makes the business hard. And that is why sometimes people rather be an employee or work for themselves. But to own something, you're not just owning the business. You're owning people's problem. And that is why owning the salon is hard. And that is how I got my first full service salon. And I hope you take my experience, and I hope my experience has given you a lot of knowledge, showing you the path of what you might go through to get your first full service beauty salon. Thank you for watching, y'all. Before we end the show, let's go ahead and wave your finger, wave your eye, because you know that was some good story time. Thank you so much for watching, y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all have a wonderful day now.